My name is Ivan Wainwright. I'm an independent database consultant and I work solely with charities, not-for-profits and membership organisations. There's two or three reasons why I speak here. One is that I suppose the bottom line is that at the end of the day I believe very strongly in databases and everything that Razor's Edge and similar systems can do. But one of the big problems is it's not just about the database, it's about the data and the people behind it and the training and the users and all the management structure. And so when I speak here today, for example, I'm speaking about why people are important and not just the database. And I'm hoping that when people come along, they'll learn it's not just about the technology and the software, there's so much more to it than that. So at the end of the day, that's my primary reason, is to be able to portray that, I hope. But in addition, I am a consultant, so it's a great opportunity for me to meet and network. I love keeping up with what Razor's Edge is doing or other software is doing, so again it's useful from that point of view. So I think they're all good reasons for me to actually to come along.
I'm Rosemary Smith, I'm Director of Opt4. Now Opt4 is a permission marketing and data protection consulting business. So we help a lot of organisations, not-for-profits and commercial organisations, public sector, with how they collect and use data in accordance with the Data Protection Act, and also trying to help them increase the number of permissions they have for the marketing that they want to undertake. The Blackbaud conference is always like the start of the autumn season. It's great to come back every year, and I'm delighted to be invited back. I think this is unique as a conference. It really does capture the sort of the real world of the not-for-profit, and you get such a broad spectrum of individuals here who really know their staff, but are here and very keen to learn. They get a lot of opportunity, both in terms of their Blackbaud usage, etc., but they also get a lot of opportunity to learn about things outside of the pure technology. And I think that's why, luckily, some of them come and hear me to talk about data protection, but they come and hear a lot of other speakers that you have, and I think you put on a very good programme. It's very varied, there's something new every year. It does mean, of course, that you come along, I come along to this session and I think, oh, what am I going to talk to them about this year? But luckily, with the wacky world of data protection and privacy, there's something different every year. And it is becoming increasingly important to the not-for-profit sector to be seen as trusted data controllers in how they use data and manage their permissions. Ooh, the most peculiar question I've been asked. I get a lot of questions when I do these events, and regularly I don't get any lunch. But people ask me all sorts of questions about how they're collecting data, what they're doing with it, whether they can do things with it that they perhaps know they shouldn't be. I do occasionally have a little bit of a confessional at the end of the session. I find people coming up and saying, I'd like to admit I've done this, that and the other wrong, can you help? So it's a combination of very basic questions about how do I get someone to opt in, to how on earth do I deal with the fact that half of my supporter base has opted in, but I don't know which half. You know, obviously they're coming to this with, if you like, the benefit of Blackbaud and the system that allows a lot of preference management, if you like, and sometimes I think that's a bit confusing for people. I'd love to come back next year if you'll have me. I think that, as I say, it kind of starts the season as far as I'm concerned. And I'll say this, and I'm not saying this simply to flatter the organisers, but this is one of the best organised conferences I speak at. I really think that the support that the speakers get here is superb. I always know that everything's going to be dealt with, and that I'm going to know what I'm expected to do, when I'm expected to do it, and that the technology is going to work, which is great. It's great for a speaker, and I think that kind of support is very important for me, and I appreciate the opportunity to come back.
Hi, I'm Kevin Kibble. This is my second time at the Blackbaud conference, and I speak about areas such as donor retention, in memoriam giving, online, but mostly it's all about individual giving for me. I think I really enjoy presenting at this conference because I get a great deal of engagement from the audience. It's not too big, it's quite intimate theatre, and yeah, I like the feedback I get. I get an opportunity to interact with the delegates here. Well, as I say, this is my second time here, so if I'm invited back again, then I'd like to explore other areas. There's a lot of development going on, particularly in the donor-supporter journey at the moment. And this is a great place to test out hypotheses with people, take it out to the delegate and say, what do you think about this? Because I think we should be doing something like this. And it's great to get that kind of feedback. It helps clarify the thought processes.